The House will come to order. The pledge will be led by Madeline Sargent, Bailey Bradford, Isabel Kunas, Emma Braggins from Preserve America Youth Summit.
Hi, will you please join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good. Join you so you can get your picture taken. Mr. Culler, please call the roll.
Representatives Arndt. Representative Arndt. Becker J. Representative Becker J. John Becker. All right. Becker K. Oh boy, tough morning. Representative Casey Becker.
Representative Becker's excused.
Brown. Buck. Buckner. Carver. Conti.
Find Dr. J, he's over there.
Quorum. Got it, thank you. Court. Danielson. Del Grosso. Dorr. Duran. Esgar. Everett. Fields. Foote. Garnett. Janal. Hamner. Humphrey. Joshi. Kagan. Kaiser. Klingenschmidt. Kraft-Tharp. Landgraf. Lawrence. Lebsock. Lee. Lontine. Lundeen. McCann. Melton. Mitch Bush. Moreno. Navarro. Neville. Nordberg. Pabon. Pedersen. Primavera. Priola. Rankin. Ransom. Rosenthal. Rupe. Ryden. Sane. Salazar. Sias. Singer. Tate. Thurlow. Tyler. Van Winkle. Vigil. Willett. Williams. You can just say that. Thank you. Representative Williams. Wilson. Winholes. Winter. Young. Thank you. Madam Speaker. Representative Casey Becker is present.
For the first time this session, we have 65 present. A quorum is present. Representative Esgar.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's an honor to serve with you. Members, I move that the reading of the Journal of Thursday, February 5th be dispensed with, that it be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk.
You have heard the motion that the journal be adopted as corrected by the Chief Clerk. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. No. The ayes have it. The motion is passed. Announcements and introductions. Representative McCann.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members of Health Insurance and Environment, I just want to make sure you remember we are not meeting on Tuesday on adjournment, so that meeting has been canceled. Senate Bill 53 will be rescheduled to March 3rd, so no committee meeting on Tuesday.
Representative Vigil. Representative Mitch Bush.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Once again, it's Friday, and you might be thinking about heading up to the mountains. All the ski areas have gotten some pretty darn good snow in the past 48 hours. Of course, I'm particularly fond of three 3 of them. One right now, all the world is at, and that's Beaver Creek, the Birds of Prey downhill for the men, the Raptor downhill, and GS for the women. And Steamboat, the tree skiing is going to be awesome as always, best in the world, and Vail like nowhere on earth. But any of the ski areas are going to be great this weekend.
Order, please. Representative Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I appreciate your getting the colleagues' attention for me. That saved me that hard work. Colleagues, I want to add one young lady who was here doing the pledge, along with 4 other of her classmates standing over here. We have 5 students total from South Park High School as a part of the Youth Summit Preservation America. If you'd please welcome them to the chamber. Thank you.
Representative Primavera.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just wanted to remind members of Public Health and Human Services that we will be hearing House Bill 1135 today upon adjournment, and we will meet in room 271.
Representative Salazar.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just want to give another hand to my Adams 12 kids who did the Pledge of Allegiance. They're standing right over here, and go Adams 12. Thank you very much.
Representative Melton.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And members, February has always been traditionally Black History Month. And so as a part of Black History Month, the members of the Black Democratic Caucus thought that we would provide a little bit of fun facts about how African Americans have impacted history here in Colorado each Friday. And so this Friday we wanted to point out the gentleman who's in the stained glass above the chamber, Barney
Excuse me,
Ford.
Representative Melton. Give me 1 second here.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Please move forward.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So as a part of Black History Month, we thought we would talk about the gentleman who is portrayed in the stained glass here in the chamber, Barney Ford. Barney Ford was born a slave in Virginia in 1822. He actually learned to read and write at the age of 26 and escaped slavery in 1849. He moved and lived in Colorado in both Denver and Breckenridge at different times. And because he was an African American, he wasn't actually allowed to own a mine. So he started barber shops and got invested in real estate and became one of the first African Americans to become a millionaire in the New West. Because of his achievements and his investments in Colorado, he was instrumental in Colorado becoming a freed state to the Union, and with the requirement that Colorado gave African Americans the vote, the first state being so. And so, as a part of Black History Month, we wanted to honor Barney Ford. Thank you.
Further announcements and introductions. Seeing none, the next order of business is third reading of bills. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1032.
House Bill 1032 by Representative Singer, also Senator Aguilar, concerning the addition of licensed mental health professionals as authorized providers of mental health services to minors who are at least 15 years of age.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1032 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1032 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Have all the members voted? Representative Court. Representative Court. Representative Court is excused. Please close the machine. With 61 ayes, 3 noes, and 1 excused, House Bill 1032 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1047.
House Bill 1047, Representatives Lawrence and Becker K., also Senators Grantham and Neville T., concerning a prohibition on the use of simulated gambling devices.
The question before us is the passage of House Bill 1047. Oh, Madam Majority Leader, I guess maybe we have to have a motion first, don't we?
I'm glad it's Friday. I move for the passage of House Bill 1047 on third reading and final passage.
The question before us is the passage of House Bill 1047. Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Tate. Close the machine. With 62 ayes, 3 noes, and no excused, House Bill 1047 is passed. Co-sponsors. Close the machine. Representative Court is fined $3 for the first vote. And I must remind, before I go on, I must remind you that there are a few people whose names are on the little jar down there who have not paid their fines yet. So they will be collected. Do we have the resolution? Okay. Well, members, we will move forward for further the final announcements and introductions. We are waiting for a resolution from the Senate, and we will continue to wait after announcements and introductions if it hasn't come. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Representative Court and Mr. Minority Leader.
For announcements, right?
For announcements, yes.
All right. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, Representative Kaiser will fill the vacancy on House Business Affairs and Labor Committee, and Representative Lang Sias will replace Representative Kaiser on the House Public Healthcare and Human Services Committee. Both of these appointments are effective Monday, February 9th.
Representative Singer.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And I just wanted to thank all the members for being here and being such, as we got through the first quarter of our legislative session. I brought some donuts to appropriations from Dizzy's Donuts in Boulder, and I still have a few left on my desk, so feel free to join me. And thanks for being a member of this great body. Thank you.
Representative Primavera.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm going to wait for Representative Rupé to join me here. What we're waiting on from the Senate is the Senate Joint Resolution about going red for women today. So while we're waiting, we wanted to invite anyone who's worn red today to come down to the well, and we'll get a picture of everybody. So if everybody that's got red on wants to be in the picture, and Representative Everett, you look fabulous.
Representative Primavera. I will call a recess so we can do that, but let me see if there are additional announcements and introductions before we go. Are there additional announcements and introductions? Seeing none, we'll have a few minutes of recess to take pictures and wait for the Senate. The House will come back to order, and we are still in announcements and introductions. Representative Van Winkle. And just a second. Order, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have a very special guest here today, my father, Steve Van Winkle.
Members, I understand the resolution is on its way, so it'll be just a couple minutes here, and we'll just stay in order. Do you have the number on that, Cory? Yes? 7? Okay, thank you. Next order of business is consideration of resolutions. Message from the Senate.
Madam Speaker, the Senate has adopted and transmits herewith Senate Joint Resolution 7.
Introduction.
Senate Joint Resolution 7 by Senators Martinez, Humenick, and Donovan, also Representatives Rupé and Primavera, concerning awareness of heart disease and in connection therewith declaring February 6, 2015 as National Wear Red Day.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to suspend the rules for immediate consideration of Senate Joint Resolution number 7.
Is there any objection? Seeing none, the motion is adopted. Representative Primavera.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move Senate Joint Resolution 15-007 and ask that it be read at length.
Whereas heart disease is the #1 killer of women, yet 80% of cardiac events can be prevented. And whereas cardiovascular diseases cause 1 in 3 women's deaths each year, killing approximately 1 woman every minute. And whereas an estimated 44 million women in the U.S. are affected by cardiovascular diseases. And whereas 90% of women have 1 or more risk factors for developing heart diseases, yet only 1 in 5 American women believes that heart disease is her greatest health threat. And whereas since 1984, more women than men have died each year from heart disease. And whereas women comprise only 24% of participants in all heart-related studies. And whereas women are less likely to call 911 for themselves when experiencing symptoms of a heart attack than if someone else were having a heart attack. And whereas only 43% of African American women and 44% of Hispanic American women know that heart disease is their greatest health risk, compared with 60% of Caucasian American women. And whereas women involved with the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women movement live healthier lives, nearly 90% having made at least 1 healthy behavioral change. Now therefore, be it resolved by the Senate of the 70th General Assembly of the State of Colorado, the House of Representatives concurring herein, that we, the members of the General Assembly, in recognition of the importance of the ongoing fight against heart disease and stroke, declare Friday, February 6, 2015 to be National Wear Red Day, and urge all citizens to commemorate the day and show their support for women and the fight against heart disease by wearing the color red. And encourage all Americans to go red. Get your numbers by asking your doctor to check your blood pressure and cholesterol. Own your lifestyle by losing weight, eating healthily, exercising, and not smoking. Raise your voice by advocating for more women-related research and education. Educate your family by making healthy food choices and teaching your children the importance of staying active. Don't be silent. Tell every woman you know that heart disease is their #1 killer. Raise your voice at goredforwomen.org. Be it further resolved that copies of this joint resolution be sent to the Denver and Colorado Springs chapters of the American Heart Association.
Representative Primavera.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and please be seated. The American Heart Association is asking Coloradoans to participate in the annual Wear Red Day on February 6th to make ending heart disease a reality. It gives women and men everywhere a way to show their dedication and support to the cause and empowers them to take action for their health. Heart disease is still the #1 killer of Americans, taking the life of 1 in 3 each year. This means that both men and women are dying at the rate of 1 every 90 seconds. The American Heart Association is asking all Coloradans to speak red, wear red, and go red for the women on National Wear Red Day. Heart disease is still seen as a man's disease, and yet 1 in 3 women die of heart disease and stroke. Go Red for Women believes that by bringing women together, they are empowered to bring a voice to this silent killer and help save lives. Wear Red Day is an important part of the Go Red for Women goal to build awareness and urge women to take concrete actions to reduce their risk of heart disease and to raise necessary funds for research and education. So what is Go Red for Women? Women have been fighting heart disease individually and together as part of the Go Red for Women movement since 2004. Now Go Red for Women is the world's largest network of women fighting to protect women from the dangers of heart disease. And a difference has been made. More than 620,000 lives have been saved. So why should we get involved? Heart disease and stroke combined kill more women than men. 90% of women have 1 or more risk factors for developing heart disease. And the symptoms of heart disease can be different in women and are often silent, hidden, or misunderstood. So thank you for your support today, and Representative Rupe would like to say something.
Representative Rupe.
Thank you, Madam Speakers. Thank you, members, for being here and joining in this effort. I have a personal story. My mother passed away as a result of heart disease, and it was quite a few years ago. It was 1985. She was 67 years old. I called her just happenstance just to see how my mom was. Back then we didn't have cell phones, so I called her once a week. And when I called her, she was expressing concern about fatigue, and she wasn't feeling well, and she couldn't get her thoughts together, a little disoriented. And then she complained about some aches and pains in her upper body. And I recognized those as actual heart attack symptoms. So I told my mother to go lay down, and then I made another long-distance phone call to my dad, who was working, and I asked him to send the emergency folks over, and she was experiencing a massive heart attack. In December, she experienced a stroke that was pretty severe, and she passed away that January. In our family, we have a history of heart disease. I take cholesterol medicine, and I tell my children to watch what they eat and what they do. I can't tell you enough that even though you don't think that you're a candidate for heart disease, take the time to get tested. Find out if you have a problem and start addressing it sooner. Your children and your grandchildren will appreciate you more when you're here with them, spending every day with them, than when you're gone, and they have fond memories, but they don't share those days with you. So thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, members.
Is there further discussion on SJR 007? Seeing none, the motion is for the adoption of SJR 007. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. SJR 007 is passed. Representative Primavera.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would ask that the current roll call be added as co-sponsors.
The motion is to have the current roll call added as co-sponsors. Is there any objection? Seeing none, so ordered. So I presume there are no more announcements and introductions. Do I see announcements and introductions? Representative Primavera.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I just want to let Public Health and Human Services know that we'll be meeting in 271 in 15 minutes.
Representative Kagan.
Members of the House Judiciary Committee, on the calendar there do not appear any bills for Tuesday, February the 10th. They will appear on the calendar that is to be published this afternoon for February the 10th, and those bills will be House Bill 1094 by Representative Lee concerning restorative justice and pilot changes, and House Bill 1101 by Representatives Lawrence and Fields concerning the public defender open records. And those will be occurring 1:30 p.m. on February the 10th.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move the House stand in recess until later today at 1 p.m.
The motion is to recess until later today at 1 p.m. See no objection, so ordered. Have a nice weekend, everybody.